every company, every municipality, every school should have such a good statement on debt reduction. So it's a thing to do. So where does all this lead us to? Okay. We have 4 funds in the town of Goshen. The A fund, the DA fund, the B fund, and the DB fund. And I don't expect we're not going to give a test. But the first 2 funds, where you see V and T, we tax the village and the town. All 14,500 of us pay taxes in those 2 accounts. The next 2 are town only. And Fund B is, there are a couple big ones in there, the police department, joint recreation, senior center. And then DB is asphalting the roads or whatever, something like that. And you can't look at them individually, you just can't. But on our total operation tax increase, by using all that cash that I talked about, and by curbing expenses, we have almost offset all of that lack of revenue, but not all of it. And so our total operating cost this year, for next year, is going to be 3.77% tax increase for operations. In response to PDR, which people voted for, and we really have to do it, that was a 9% tax increase for PDR alone. The total tax rate increase is 6.97%. If you translate that, well, what does that mean to the public? What does that mean to the public? It means if you're a town resident and you have a $400,000 market valued home, you're going to pay $81.01 more in taxes next year. If you're in the village and you're in a $400,000 home, you're going to have 31.36 cents less tax next year. And I'd like to say that I asked Bill today, I don't know the numbers, but I think only 1 in the last 9 years that people in the village got a tax increase. They've been getting tax decreases. So with that concludes hundreds of hours of capitulation and recapitulation and putting things together relative to this budget. But I'd like to open the floor to Mr. Cantorino, who is our Commissioner of Finance. Mr. Cantorino has got lots of experience in the mortgage business. He's been absolutely of insurmountable value to me in understanding mortgages and subprime mortgages and all the things that impacted us. I'd like to open it up for him for his comment, and then Bill Standish, who is our professional accountant. He also has a degree in psychology, which helps. So when I begin to leave it or lose it, he's there to help. Okay? But these 2 guys have been my right-hand fellows in putting this together. So Phil, do you have any comments at all?
Just briefly, if we didn't have the reduction in the revenue, we wouldn't be sitting here, all of us, in this terrible, terrible position. However, if you have 401ks, if your spouses or yourself had a job, and there are people out here I know that lost their job because of this environment, the unemployment rate has increased dramatically. I heard today foreclosures are up 19% from the same period last year on a national level. And we have enough of them. As Doug said, the recession is hitting Goshen. It is here. But we're trying to take steps to at least weather the storm. We have not looked at anything as far as a reduction of staff. We have not backfilled by attrition. We just left the position open, spread the amount of money for those positions that we could have hired amongst all the other departments. Now, talking about departments, we have not laid off anyone in any department, nor our primary goal was to protect the jobs. And that's what we did. It would have been very easy to make up these deficits by reducing staff by 1 or 2 people. But it's just not what we're here to do. It saddens all of us to ask anyone in the town to operate with less money than they operated with last year. But that's what has had to happen, other than the police department. They are operating with the exact same amount that they operated with last year. We just could not give them the increase. The numbers here speak for themselves. However, the recreation department has less this year than last year. GOVAC, the Humane Society, the DPW, and all the town departments. Everyone is operating with less funds than they did last year. Once again, we could not give the police, and I know there are a lot of police officers here, the increase that they asked for, but we did not reduce your budget. We moved it around. We took the recommendations from the chief, and we did the best we could to level off the amount that we gave you last year, and we were successful at that. It saddens all of us to have to operate under these circumstances, but you need to fly a little higher. We're all a part of this whole community. There are a lot of people suffering in this community. A lot of people can't make their mortgage payment. A lot of people have lost their jobs. You need to buy in, and I'm talking about all our employees and all our residents. You just need to buy in to the people that don't have and have less. So we've done the best we could. We spent many, many hours, and it's not easy. It's not fun, and it's not palatable, and you're not liked when you do this. Anytime you tell someone you can't have it or we don't have enough money to buy it, it is a very difficult task for the person telling and the person hearing. That's the position we are in right now. So.
Thank you. Bill, do you have any?
I have nothing at this point.
Okay. Well, with that then, what I'd like to do, I think I'll start with the board. Does the board have any questions? I know we've been through this so many, many times. Do you have any questions on what's been presented tonight? Well, with that then, I'm going to open to the public. This is your town. This is your budget. This is your services we're paying for. Does anybody in the community have? Howie?
Howie Weiss, Howie, you have to talk.
So this is how we record everything. It's not we want to.
It's
Doug, these are times to try men's souls, and I laud you for this budget. I know that surprised you to hear me say that to you, but I laud you.
You're a businessman.
The one thing I do question, I guess Kenny might be the only guy that's still working full-time, right?
Day by day, Howard. Day by day.
Day by day. I know you guys aren't taking a salary increase this year, but it is, I know from my end, I'm not getting a Social Security increase this year. I'm not getting my military pension is staying zero this year as far as an increase. Healthcare. I didn't hear that brought up when we were discussing things, and we all know healthcare costs are going up. I've been told, and you correct me if I'm wrong, that the board's healthcare is paid for 100%. And if you choose not to take it, then you get a percentage of that healthcare that comes to you as a buyout, which is really being added to your salary, and may not be any more than last year, but it increases your salary quite a bit because of the cost of family health care. I know that my wife and a lot of people in here are starting to contribute to their health care plans. They have to pay. And I'd like the board to look at contributing to the health care plan. Now, I understand that it's all part of the contract with everybody else that has. But the board should be leading by example And in these trying times, I'd like to see some of the money that you're getting, you already have health care from your retirement plans. I'm sure DuPont, the guys there are contributing.
I pay $600 a month for my health care with DuPont.
Mine was totally canceled.
And I was
General Motors.
I was terminated last month.
So we have no life insurance, no health insurance.
We all know
And I'm on
this.
Medicaid by the end. I mean Medicare, and so is some of the board members.
So am I.
Okay, so